Biomes, Chapter 2, Lesson 3. What are the 6 major biomes? Imagine that you are taking part in an around-the-world scientific expedition. On this expedition, you will collect data on the typical climate and organisms of each of Earth's biomes. A biome is a group of ecosystems with similar climates and organisms. The 6 major biomes are desert, rainforest, grassland, deciduous forest, boreal forest, and tundra. It is mostly the climate, the average annual temperature, and amount of precipitation in an area that determines its biome. Climate limits the species of plants that can grow in an area. In turn, the species of plants determine what kinds of animals live there. Desert biomes. The first stop on your expedition is a desert. You step off the bus into the searing heat. A desert is an area that receives less than 25 centimeters of rain per year. Some of the driest deserts may not receive any precipitation in a year. Deserts often undergo large shifts in temperature during the course of a day. A scorching hot desert, like the Namib Desert in Africa, cools rapidly each night when the sun goes down. Other deserts, such as the Gobi in Central Asia, have a yearly average temperature that is below freezing. Organisms that live in the desert, like the phoenix, must be adapted to little or no rain and to extreme temperatures. For example, the stem of a saguaro cactus has folds that are similar to the pleats in an accordion. The stem expands to store water when it is raining. Gila monsters can spend weeks at a time in their cool underground burrows. Many other desert animals are most active at night when the temperatures are cooler. Rainforest biomes. The second stop on your expedition is a rainforest. Rainforests are forests in which large amounts of rain fall year-round. This biome is living up to its name. It's pouring. After a short shower, the sun reappears. However, very little sunlight reaches the ground. Plants are everywhere in the rainforest. Some plants, like the vines hanging from tree limbs, even grow on other plants, and animals are flying, creeping, and slithering all around you. Temperate rainforest. You may think that a rainforest is a warm, humid jungle in the tropics, but there is another type of rainforest. The Pacific Northwest of the United States receives more than 300 centimeters of rain a year. Huge trees grow there, including redwoods, cedars, and firs. Many ecologists refer to this ecosystem as a temperate rainforest. The term temperate means having moderate temperatures. Tropical rainforests. As you can see on the map, tropical rainforests are found in regions close to the equator. The climate is warm and humid all year long, and there is a lot of rain. Because of these climate conditions, an amazing variety of plants grow in tropical rainforests. Trees in the rainforest form several distinct layers. The tallest layer of the rainforest, which receives the most sunlight and can reach up to 70 meters, is the emergent layer. Underneath, trees up to 50 meters tall form a leafy roof called the canopy. Below the canopy, a layer of shorter trees and vines around 15 meters high form an understory. Understory plants grow well in the shade formed by the canopy. The forest floor is nearly dark, so only a few plants live there. The abundant plant life in tropical rainforests provides habitats for many species of animals. Ecologists estimate that millions of species of insects live in tropical rainforests. These insects serve as a source of food for many reptiles, birds, and mammals. Many of these animals, in turn, are food sources for other animals. Although tropical rainforests cover only a small part of the planet, they probably contain more species of plants and animals than all the other biomes combined. Grassland biomes. The third stop on the expedition is a grassy plain called a prairie. Temperatures are more comfortable here than they were in the desert. The breeze carries the scent of soil warmed by the sun. The rich soil supports grasses as tall as you. Startled by your approach, sparrows dart into hiding places among the weaving grass stems. Although the prairie receives more rain than a desert, you may notice only a few scattered areas of trees and shrubs. Ecologists classify prairies, which are generally found in the middle latitudes, as grasslands. A grassland is an area that is populated mostly by grasses and other non-woody plants. Most grasslands receive 25 to 75 centimeters of rain each year. Fires and droughts are common in this biome. Grasslands that are located closer to the equator than prairies are known as savannas. A savanna receives as much as 120 centimeters of rain each year. Scattered shrubs and small trees grow on savannas along with grass. Grasslands are home to many of the largest animals on Earth. Herbivores such as elephants, bison, antelopes, zebras, giraffes, kangaroos, and rhinos. Grazing by these large herbivores maintains the grasslands. Their grazing keeps young trees and bushes from sprouting and competing with the grass for water and light. Deciduous forest biomes. Your trip to the fourth biome takes you to another forest. It is now late summer. Cool mornings here give way to warm days. Several members of the expedition are busy recording the numerous plant species. Others are looking through binoculars trying to identify the songbirds. You are now visiting a deciduous forest biome. Many of the trees in this forest are deciduous trees, trees that shed their leaves and grow new ones each year. Oaks and maples are examples of deciduous trees. Deciduous forests receive enough rain to support the growth of trees and other plants, at least 50 centimeters of rain per year. Temperatures can vary greatly during the year. The growing season usually lasts 5 to 6 months. The variety of plants in a deciduous forest creates many different habitats. Many species of birds live in different parts of the forest, eating the insects and fruits in their specific areas. Mammals such as chipmunks and skunks live in the deciduous forest. In a North American deciduous forest, you might also see wood thrushes and white-tailed deer. If you were to return to this biome in the winter, you would not see much wildlife. Many of the bird species migrate or fly great distances to warmer areas. Some of the mammals hibernate or enter a state of greatly reduced body activity similar to sleep. During the winter months, animals that hibernate get energy from fat stored in their bodies. Boreal forest biomes. Now the expedition heads north to a colder biome, the boreal forest. The term boreal means northern, and boreal forests are dense forests found in upper regions of the northern hemisphere. The expedition leaders claim they can identify a boreal forest by its smell. When you arrive, you catch a whiff of the spruce and fir trees that blanket the hillsides. Feeling the chilly early fall air, you pull a jacket and hat out of your bag. Boreal forest plants. Many of the trees in the boreal forest are coniferous trees, trees that produce their seeds in cones and have leaves shaped like needles. The boreal forest is sometimes referred to by its Russian name, the taiga. Winters in these forests are very cold. The snow can reach heights well over your head. Even so, the summers are rainy and warm enough to melt all the snow. Tree species in the boreal forest are well adapted to the cold climate. Since water is frozen for much of the year, trees must have adaptations that prevent water loss. Coniferous trees such as firs and hemlocks all have thick, waxy needles that prevent water from evaporating. Boreal forest animals. Many of the animals of the boreal forest eat the seeds produced by the coniferous trees. These animals include red squirrels, insects, and birds such as finches, Some herbivores, such as moose and beavers, eat tree bark and new shoots. The variety of herbivores in the boreal forest supports many predators, including lynx, otters, and great horned owls. Tundra biomes. As you arrive at your last stop, the driving wind gives you an immediate feel for this biome. The tundra is extremely cold and dry. Expecting deep snow, many are surprised to learn that the tundra may receive no more precipitation than a desert. Most of the soil in the tundra is frozen all year. The frozen soil is called permafrost. During the short summer, the top layer of soil thaws, but the underlying soil remains frozen. Because rainwater cannot soak into the permafrost, shallow ponds and marshy areas appear in the summer. Tundra plants. Mosses, grasses, and dwarf forms of a few trees can be found in the tundra. Most of the plant growth takes place during the long days of the short summer season. North of the Arctic Circle, the sun does not set during midsummer. Animals. In summer, the insects are abundant. Insect eating birds take advantage of the plentiful food by eating as much as they can, but when winter approaches, these birds migrate south. Mammals of the tundra include caribou, foxes, and wolves. The mammals that remain on the tundra during the winter grow thick fur coats. What can these animals find to eat on the tundra in winter? The caribou scrape snow away to find lichens. Wolves follow the caribou and look for weak members of the herd to prey upon. Mountains and ice. Some land areas are not classified as biomes. Recall that biomes are defined by abiotic factors such as climate and soil, and by biotic factors such as plant and animal life. Because the organisms that live in these areas vary, mountain ranges and land covered with thick ice sheets are not considered biomes. The climate of a mountain changes from its base to its summit. If you were to hike all the way up a tall mountain, you would pass through a series of biomes. At the base, you might find grasslands. As you climbed, you might pass through a deciduous forest and then a boreal forest. As you neared the top, your surroundings would resemble the cold, dry tundra. Other places are covered year-round with thick ice sheets. Most of Greenland and Antarctica fall into this category. Organisms that are adapted to life on ice include leopard seals and polar bears.